Hi everyone, I'm Regina Felicia Hadi Putri, but you can call me Ray or Regina, and I'm from SMA Ciputra, Surabaya. I originally was supposed to be here from like 9th of June, but then I had to be delayed to come here due to my graduation, and then because of my grandfather's funeral, I had also come far more later than everyone else. But the first time when I came here, it was honestly very intimidating because originally I found out about this camp and this place from one of my mom's patients, and she recommended it to me saying like, oh, you want to go to UI, right? My son used to go here and he's actually in UI right now. So I tried giving it a shot, and this is actually my first time away from home and not being accompanied by my parents or any of my family members whatsoever. So it's a bit scary somewhat, but the first time when I came here, it was about like 10 p.m. at night at like 12th of June. And then it was so quiet. I think I might have seen a teacher teaching in an extra lesson during session 6 to several students, and I haven't touched maths in like a month or so, especially with high school being over. The last time I touched math was like in maybe May or April. And so when I saw the screen from the campus office and I saw just a linear equation on the screen, I was so confused, and I thought to myself, it's over for me, I'm not going to make it here. But then the first time when I actually got into my class, I got into Bima 4, even though I didn't take the placement test. It was a bit intimidating at first because I had the impression that everyone was very ambitious, everyone was very serious with, oh, this is what I came for, I'm going to go to my dream university, which is, Universitas Indonesia. But then as time goes on, I think a lot of people have started to open up more, or maybe I started seeing more people being actually themselves. Perhaps they've opened far more to me, and I think a lot of people here are actually very wonderful. The teachers are very supportive, and actually I was sort of offered to do a private lesson instead of like the ones in groups. I'm currently doing the ones with classes with several different people, and my family initially thought that it would be better if I went private instead so that I would be focused. But then actually having friends around was really nice for me because there's that kind of like friendly competition that you have with other people, and you like supporting one another, and also sort of supporting and also seeing what I've also been left behind from. But thank goodness, from the first tryout that I actually joined, which is the second tryout, I managed to place in 6th in the ranks, and then now I'm placed in 2nd, and I mean, hopefully I'll get into UI. But overall, my experience here has been really wonderful. I'd say it's almost something similar to school, but in a way where you can actually feel like a family, sort of like found family trip overall. I'd say academically or even non-academically, I wouldn't have changed a lot, but I do believe that my true self is really showing here. Maybe it's because I'm like several hundred kilometers away from my actual home, which is back in Surabaya with my family and my initial friends, and now I'm here individual on myself, and well, I have no choice to be independent, right? But I think this is something that I've sort of been waiting for, a way where I can actually get in the zone. And honestly, back in school, I was pretty ambitious, I was pretty like diligent, I had the reputation of being an academic weapon, sort of, and well, I was a bit limited since I had to really focus on several stuff at home, for example, keeping up with chores or maybe helping family errands and etc. But here, being like isolated, like as if I'm being evicted from my own house, locked in this household or locked in this building for getting to my dream university, I'd say I've actually really started finding out what I really am. And for example, I have so many notes that actually I had this habit ever since in school where I would really make my notes super neatly, super color-coded and everything, like as if it's like marketable. So I'm sort of doing the same thing here, And so whatever that's being taken down, like being written on the board, I'd write it down immediately. I write it down super nicely and etc. I will not put it on hold, as if like, let's say there's a lot of students who are very used to when teachers write stuff on the board, for example like this, and then they just take a picture of it and hopefully they'll take note of it later, or maybe they'll just look back on it later. I never take pictures of the whiteboard because I know those pictures will be rotting away in my gallery and I will never be opening them again. So what I do is that I immediately write stuff down, and then afterwards I transfer them or rewrite them again on notes in a far more, let's say, appealing way with highlighters, color coding, etc. One of my motivations is that I thought I could sell my notes. Like, hey, if there's any future prospective UE students who's planning to take SIMAK, I can sell you my notes, and hopefully if I actually do pass SIMAK, I can tell them, ini loh, ini catatan dari anak yang lolos SIMAK loh. So, profit. But other than that, I do think my work ethic is burning a lot. I've taken the choice to be studying every day, starting from 6 a.m. So I start from 4 a.m. and then I start self-studying, self-reviewing, and seeing several things that I haven't really understood yet. And then I'll take note of them, and then afterwards, I'm actually far more, let's say, more ambitious or far more lenient to ask help from teachers or maybe from friends who can understand better. Because everyone here has the same goal, and I'm actually really grateful that despite some of us aiming for the same faculty, everyone's still very helpful to each other, and we hopefully aim to get in together as well. I'm Regina, and I choose Bimbingan Alumni UI.